Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bounty Blue and I am back for Real Housewives of Potomac. So let's just get right into it. So the ladies decide to have a redo of the Charrisse day since we're all so upset that Charrisse didn't get to have everybody for her trip, okay? So they're going on a beautiful sunset boat ride that Charrisse has put together. And it's basically a Shade Karen fest, okay? 3 sets of ladies to each bus. So Charrisse, Ashley, and Robin had their chance to talk shit about Karen and talk about how defensive she was and how they're so suspicious about whatever this living arrangement is that's going on with her and why is she moving like a thief in the night. That's basically the conversation this entire episode, you guys. It is completely annoying to me because even though I feel like I said last review that Karen is allowing them to make her feel bad about not living in Potomac anymore, but that is like totally a ridiculous thing to feel bad about. It does not matter where you live, like as far as I'm concerned, as long as your house is comfortable and nice, that's really all that matters to me. But it's a lot going on with Karen, okay? And we get to see that this episode, that maybe some of the ladies' suspicions were right on the money, that something is not quite right. It's not as easy. And we've all questioned whether, you know, Ray really has that Bill Gates money that she fronts like they have. But if they don't, can we please let this old ass relic have her last, you know, fantasy that she's a grand dame and rich somewhere in England, in England somewhere in a gorgeous house with a manor and a pool and a butler. Let her have this fantasy, goddamn it. I mean, Jesus Christ, y'all. I just don't understand why we were harping on Karen so much about things. You know, you make such a big deal about the Giselle Monique situation, about them doing it separately. Giselle says that yes, it did work. She and Monique are on better terms, but she felt as if Karen did it the wrong way because it was supposed to be Charrisse's day, and we all knew that. So why didn't she say anything to the other ladies? And I'm like, but she did tell Charrisse. The person who was planning it, she told Charrisse. And I think Karen's argument this entire episode has been the way the ladies made her feel at the table, with the way they were questioning her about the baskets and making a big deal about who the host was. It made her feel uncomfortable on more than one level. I think it made her feel uncomfortable with telling them what's going on with her living situation, and it also made her uncomfortable to tell them what her plans were with Monique and Giselle. And Robin, let me check you for a second, because I feel like Robin is like one of the biggest fucking haters on this show and has so much to say about every other little thing that goes on. Always the one with an opinion. But as soon as somebody else has an opinion and it concerns her, it's a big fucking blowout issue of loyalty. And that really annoys me, okay? When Monique and Giselle shared their hug to show the ladies that they were in a better place, Robin is like, look phony to me. And it's like, bitch, like, can we have a nice moment? It's like you want to keep the drama going so we can keep deflecting from what's going on in your little messed up situation. Honey, press it, pause it, calm down. Nobody's even tripping on you. When they do get on the boat, Robin decides to take full advantage of this homework on going out on a date. And some really weird, seemingly bisexual guy sits down next to Charrisse, and you know, he's humming and hawing about the beautiful woman he saw with the beautiful, gorgeous eyes. And she, you know, thinks in her mind, oh, that must be Robin he's talking about. And I think even if she thought it was Giselle, she would have still called Robin over. And then Robin's ass sits down and says, oh, you didn't mean Giselle? Bitch, what? You already done got over here, and that's what you say? You like, to me, it showed a lack of self-confidence that we're talking about the beautiful woman with the beautiful eyes, and you yourself, beautiful woman with beautiful eyes, turns around and says, oh, he's not talking about Giselle? What, bitch? But either way, the guy was weird. He shaved his legs and was talking about having an injury to his leg because of a sexual thing that he was doing. I was just like, oh my God, get him off the screen. He's making me fucking uncomfortable. Get him off. Get him off. Giselle, Charrisse, and Monique are talking, and this is when Giselle says she felt like Karen did it the wrong way, but she really, really wants Karen and Charrisse to talk. So they go to the side on the boat and have a conversation, which does not go well at all. Karen starts to say, you know, hey, look, I was trying to do something. I feel like it worked, so therefore I am not sorry for doing it. And I don't really feel like I have a need to apologize, but I don't want to have any problems with you. And Charrisse is like, okay, see, no, this is the problem. Okay, what you should be saying is, you're sorry for offending me. And it's just like, Charrisse, bitch, hold up. How are you going to tell somebody else how they should feel or what they should say to you? But this does make Karen go back and say, you know what, if I did offend you by not telling you or not giving you the option to, you know, make a big fuss about me bringing Monique and Giselle on that little trip with me, I'm sorry if that offended you. She just apologizes for it there. This is still not enough for Charrisse. Charrisse calls it weak. Then all of a sudden they start to go back and forth, and Charrisse says that she paid more for this boat than Ray and Karen's whole fucking net worth. And she's like, how do you even know my net worth? And why you worrying about my net worth when yours is dependent on the man that's about to leave you? So, you know, it's a whole bunch of shade throwing back and forth. And Charrisse is talking about sell that house. Sell that house. And I'm like, what the fuck is this about? If y'all are really friends, and I don't think any of you women are, but if you're really friends, do you really kick your friend when she's down? I don't feel like that's what Karen was doing to Charrisse, even though the other lady's trying to make it seem that way. She wasn't including her. What? Do you include Charrisse on every damn thing that you decide to do just because she's going through it right now? No. So why are we putting that burden on Karen? Okay, Karen decided this wasn't going to work out because from the jump street, Charrisse had to be, oh no, see, I am not an assistant and I'm not going to do this. And if I'm going to do it, it's going to be way better than you're going to do it. She came with a stank ass superior attitude from jump, and Karen has been trying to handle this shit like a fucking lady. But y'all giving her the damnest time with it, all of you bitches. And it's very like draining to watch because I feel like they're trying to make an issue where there really shouldn't be an issue. Therefore, it's fucking fake and it's driving me insane. Monique goes to Karen and talks to her about it. And the other three ladies, Giselle, Charrisse, Robin, Ashley, the four of them, they sit down and they talk about it, okay? And I feel like they're still throwing shade. Meanwhile, Karen is saying that she wants to get past it. So everybody is FaceTiming with their families. Robin can't get any act right from Juan. Okay, big surprise there. Ashley really misses Michael. Them being apart from each other has really given them a chance to miss one another. And she calls him and tells him so. And she decides that when she gets back home, she is really going to try to fix her relationship with her husband because that is what's most important to her. And I'm so glad that's the decision she made, because any other decision would be dumb as hell. Any other decision would be dumb as hell. Karen, on the other hand, is leaving a message for Ray because he's too busy moving their entire fucking house into another house in Great Falls while she took her fancy ass over to Bermuda. If anybody has any right to be upset about this situation, it is Ray, not none of the rest of you girls, okay? Not none of the rest of you. So the ladies go to a croquet match, okay? Croquet is very big in Bermuda. Apparently, it's like their version of baseball, but it's very confusing. So the ladies didn't understand a goddamn thing that was going on. But there were a whole bunch of nice caramelized men with no shirts on and tattoos and curly hair. Just everywhere, all over the place, okay? And Robin says that if she were in a good place right now, she would probably be eating up all of this melatonin. But because all she can think about is how uncomfortable she is as soon as somebody asks her if she's married or not, she discovers that she is not over Juan. In this moment, she realizes that she needs to worry about the issues that she has at home first before she decides to step on out. And I'm just gonna say, really, Robin, it took this moment at this time for you to realize that you weren't over Juan? Word. Realization is a bitch, ain't it? You late to the party than the motherfucker though. They're gonna have a little slumber party, which is really very cute when you think about it. And Karen shows up early because she really wants to make up with Charrisse. And to me, it showed how sincere I believe Karen really is. It also showed that Charrisse is a narcissistic bitch who uses any moment to make herself feel better than somebody else, all because she's dying on the inside. That's what it seems like to me. During the conversation, she makes nice with Karen and makes up with her, but at the same time in the confessionals saying that, you know, if her friend is going through a hard time, then she's gonna support her little friend. She's gonna support her. It was very demeaning what she said and how she said it, which made me feel like, ooh, I pity you, bitch. I guess I'll be your friend. I pity you. That's what it made me feel like. And I felt like for Charrisse to be the person who is always crying, always upset, always trying to do things to make herself feel better, including coming up with an alter ego named Shasha, corny, lame as fuck. We got that situation. Then we got you creating this champagne room for yourself to make yourself feel better. And I'm like, a room full of alcohol. That is certainly going to make the situation better, but I digress. I don't understand why the other ladies are so socked up in the Charrisse effect, talking about she's electric and she's a new woman and she's really the new grande dame. She's really the new grande dame. And I'm just like, really? Is that what y'all see when y'all look at her? When the other ladies get there, they start to, you know, ask Monique about her rapping career. And she, you know, starts rapping again and everybody goes around doing little freestyles. Basically what we found out from this is that she did get some record deals, but kind of gotta fuck executives in order to get higher on the food chain, and she wasn't willing to give those goods up. As somebody that has been in that atmosphere before, that's exactly the feel I got. You know, like, you know, if you really want to come up, baby, you might have to give me a little more affection than you're actually willing to give me. And therefore, I'm hitting the door and peace out. And if this ain't gonna happen, it just ain't gonna happen. But it damn sure ain't gonna happen like that. I share your beliefs, Monique. So the ladies get back to Potomac and Robin goes to her therapist and she tells her therapist that her grade on the homework will probably be a WTF because she went on dates, but, well, she didn't really go on dates. She tried to talk to some men and found herself very uncomfortable and feeling like she needed to focus on what was at home and that she's still feeling wine, you know, but she hasn't told him about the homework or anything that happened on the trip yet because she does not know if he will care. And the therapist just tells her, look, honey, you're not going to know anything if you don't ever open up your mouth and express how you feel to him. So you need to do that first. If you're going to make any decision, you first need to open up your mouth and say what it is you want or what you need from the situation. And that is what's so exhausting, I think, from Juan's point of view, is that you live in this situation and you allow things to happen, but you're not actually saying what you need or what you want, and then you get upset when you don't get it. It's very insanity filled. it's you know, keep doing the same shit expecting a different outcome type thing. Michael and Ashley have a talk in his office and he tells her that he thinks that it's time for her to step back. I think I was very confused on what he was saying to her about, from, you know, a manager to an owner, from an owner to a manager. I didn't really understand what he was saying, but it seemed like they're about to put their relationship in front of this restaurant situation because both of them deem that is what's most important. And Ashley is horny and obviously wants to make up with her husband because she wants the D. Charrisse has the unveiling of her champagne room and all the ladies come over. Karen is the last one to arrive by accident? I think not. They all basically sit down and talk about how she moved like a thief in the night. Y'all know Giselle always got the word on the street, okay? And she says that if Bill Gates really had all that money, why are you guys moving like thieves in the night? I mean, who does that? Meanwhile, Monique just, you know, bought that $4.5 million house and they're slowly moving from one house to another, but it is really tiring her out, okay? Y'all, the shade was so fucking real for Karen before she even walked through the door. So when Karen does get there with her little bottle of champagne for the new champagne room, they do the unveil and then they start to talk about Karen moving. Karen says that she moved to Great Falls. You guys didn't know, as if she had told them or something. Girl, you ain't tell nobody. Why you fucking front, okay? And they all start to like kind of lay into her about it, about, oh, I guess you're not the grande dame of Potomac anymore if you're moving. It seemed like they were fucking with her. Ashley and Giselle and the rest of them, Robin especially, seemed like they were really fucking with her about it, and it turned into something serious. Them talking about how she was gonna have to give up her title to Charrisse Monique because she doesn't live in Potomac anymore. And Karen was like, listen, I'll retire whenever the people who bestowed it upon me tell me it's time to retire. Until then, I ain't gonna be listening to some little dumb bitch sitting at the end of the sofa, okay? They were interrogating Karen, and Karen was like, I really don't give a fuck about how y'all feel about me moving, okay? Karen tells them that she's renting, okay, and if she decides to buy, she will, but right now she's just renting a home in Great Falls until everything is done with their main house, and you know, having to move in 2 days or whatever. And yo, it's some shit the way they made Karen feel. I kind of felt bad for her. She was fighting back, but they really, I feel like, just singled her out and made such a huge deal out of whatever her living situation is. And if she is being, you know, if she is being if she's fronting about the situation, fine, let it come out when it's gonna come out. But for y'all to be picking and priding at it like that, I felt like that was fucked up, and I felt like it was all kind of behind this Charrisse bullshit. And that makes me quite upset. That makes me quite upset because I don't feel like Charrisse deserves all of this loyalty that these young women give her as it pertains to Karen, because I felt like Karen has been the most honest one out of them all. Now, honest about her own living situation, that's not something that is required out of this friendship. But being honest with them about what the situation is with you know, within their relationships, I felt like she's definitely been there. So I don't like this reaction to Karen at all. So yeah, y'all, that was basically everything that happened on Real Housewives of Potomac. I hope you all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for another review. And I'll see you in the next one.
My mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good, touch my swag,